Hi, I'm Rich Gaspari. For the past 3 years, I was runner-up for the Mr. Olympia crown. To be honest with you, I'm tired of waiting. This year, I'm training even harder to be in the best shape of my life, and nobody's going to stop me. Although my delts are one of my strong points, I'm planning still to get them even wider and more dense. Now, here's how I train my delts and how I widen them and how you can widen yours too. Let's get to it. I start with dumbbell presses, either seated or standing. Although I am constantly changing my workouts to shock my delts into new growth, this is one movement that I always like to include. It's excellent for packing mass onto all three heads of the shoulder. I bring the dumbbells up in an arc, keeping my elbows slightly bent at all times. Locking out would give the shoulders time to rest, so I make sure the tension is constantly firing away at them. I also turn my wrists slightly inwards so that the delts get a real squeeze at the top of the motion. For overall mass, this exercise just can't be beat. About 4 sets of 10 to 12 put the ache in my shoulders, and that means growth is on the way. Next is the side laterals. Once again, either seated or standing. This is the absolute best movement for adding mass to the medial head of the deltoid, to give you that wide look. Starting with both dumbbells together at your waist, bring them up so that your elbows are higher than your forearms. At the top of the motion, your biceps should be parallel to the floor, and you should feel a strong contraction in your side deltoid. To really pump them up, I rotate my wrists so that my thumbs point downward at the top, as if you were pouring water out of a pitcher. These should cramp your side delts to the point where trying to raise your arms up without weight afterward is sheer agony. Far too many bodybuilders neglect their rear delts, and it shows. One of my favorite exercises for the posterior head is close grip upright rows. With my hands spaced inside shoulder width on the bar, I pull up to my chin and squeeze. This not only hits the rear delts, but also the front delts and traps. Like presses, upright rows are a good all-around mass builder for the shoulders and upper back. Usually, I work front and side delts on chest day and do my rear delts on back day. Remember, bodybuilding is judged visually, so having really wide shoulders and a small waist goes a long way toward creating the illusion. My second exercise for rear delts is rear lateral raises. This exercise, when done right, isolates the posterior head for a super burn that nothing else provides. Facing backwards on an inclined bench, I basically repeat the movement of side lateral raises, bringing my elbows up above my forearms and getting a forceful contraction at the top. I don't move so fast that I'm bouncing, but I'm not going so slow that I couldn't use any real weight either. That's it. 4 exercises that'll blast your delts into the next time zone. And remember, the delts, as well as the calves, are 2 muscles that can never be overdeveloped. And to beat the best in the world, you have to have the best delts in the world. So give it a try, and I'll see you at the next Mr. Olympia.